Have you ever tried to explain your feelings and end up sounding like you're presenting a PowerPoint on why I am not broken? If you're expressing emotions feels foreign, especially as an Aquarius or INTJ, you're not alone and you're definitely not malfunctioning. So, your sun, the sun in Aquarius. So, we're talking about the ego. Astro-psychologically, your ego is broken down into 4 parts, both in astrology and psychology. So, we are specifically talking about the ego or sun sign for Aquarius or INTJ. So, Sun in Aquarius represents your core identity, which is wired for objectivity, analysis, and a touch of rebelliousness. Now, we're moving on to psychology, and we're talking about introverted intuition that is in the hero. This represents you processing feelings through patterns, not raw display of emotions, because emotions do run deep for you, but you're not necessarily expressing that outwardly. And emotions tend to show up as insights first due to introverted intuition hero. And then we're moving on to extroverted thinking or TE psychologically. So this turns your insights into plans, not tearful confessions. Introverted feeling. Here is our emotional world, Aquarians. Introverted feeling, you care deeply. It's just hidden behind logic and independence. It is in the child cognitive function here. And then we have extroverted sensing, which is in the inferior function or slot. It is your blind spot. Expressing in the moment is very hard. Extroverted sensing inferior is why it is hard to express in the moment. So the planetary tie-in, Uranus gives emotional detachment and Saturn sets boundaries. So for example, trying to explain why you're upset, but you start analyzing root causes instead of just feeling. So the takeaway is you're not cold, your wiring is just different. So I have the ebook below for the emotional mastery guide for Aquarians or INTJs. Check that out below. So this is the first video in the video series, and I'm going to be going over why emotional expression feels weird and why it's okay. Do you ever feel like you need subtitles just to explain your emotions? Like everyone else is having a group therapy session and you're in the corner thinking, what even is feeling? If you're an Aquarius or INTJ or just an outlier, this video is definitely for you. So let's get real for a second. Everyone's talking about expressing your emotions, right? But what if your emotions don't come out in a neat sentence or at all? You might feel things deeply, but struggle to share them in the way everyone else seems to. Today, I'm going to show you why that's actually a superpower and how to turn your weird emotional style into your best asset. So let's set the scene. Picture this. You're in a room, maybe a family gathering or at a work meeting. Someone asks, "How are you feeling about all of this?" And your brain goes blank. Maybe you care deeply, but your feelings are locked away. Or you have a reaction, analyzing, joking, maybe offering to help, but you're not about to start sobbing or venting. That was me growing up, and honestly, it's still me sometimes now. I used to think I was broken, like my emotional chip was missing. But here's what I've learned. Aquarians or INTJs and outliers in general process emotions in a completely different way. Astro-psychological breakdown. INTJs and Aquarians often have introverted feeling or FI child cognitive function. This means you do feel things, but they're stored in a secret vault. As air signs or intuitive types, your first instinct is to analyze, make meaning, or even joke about feelings, not to put them on display. Science backs this up. Studies show that intuitive types process feelings through abstraction, pattern recognition, even physical sensations before they ever become words. What does this look like in real life? After a breakup, your friend binge watches romance movies and sobs. Maybe you clean the house, start a new project, or journal. Sometimes someone shares big news and you're happy for them, but instead of screaming, you nod, smile, and go home to make a playlist about it. Bottom line, you're not cold or unfeeling, you just translate emotions differently. So, what's the problem or challenge? Our society has a one size fits all idea about emotions. If you don't cry, you're heartless. If you don't vent on cue, you're bottling things up. You might get told you need to open up more or just say how you feel. But the truth is, if you're wired like this just open up advice can feel impossible and honestly a little bit invading and invalidating. So, what do you actually express? How do you actually express emotion your way? Step one, translate, don't imitate. Instead of forcing yourself to cry or overshare, use metaphors, art, or music. Try writing, doodling, or creating a playlist that matches your mood. Even organizing your room or going for a drive can be an emotional release. Step two, share on your terms. If you want to connect, try a message, a meme, or a creative gesture. For example, I'm not great at talking about feelings, but I made you this playlist. Step three, start with sensations. Sometimes it's easier to say, my chest feels tight, or I'm restless, before you can say, I'm sad. Step four, find your safe spaces. Notice who gets your style and feels safe to open up to, even if it's just one person or an online community. Relatable script. If someone asks, how do you feel? Try, I'm still processing. I'll get back to you when it's clear. Or I care a lot, I just show it differently. Here's the big shift. When you stop judging yourself for not fitting the emotional norm, you realize your style is valid and actually needed in the world. Your unique wiring lets you turn feelings into insights, art, humor, or real world action. That's emotional fluency, just not the kind anyone taught you in school. So, next time you feel weird for not expressing emotions like everyone else, remember you're not broken. You're just an emotional translator. And the world needs your language too. If you want more ways to unlock your emotions your way, check out the next video where we will tackle the INTJ or Aquarius approach to depression and flat days. Or grab the ebook below for emotional mapping templates, creative prompts, and more stories from people just like you. The Aquarius or INTJ Emotional Mastery Guide, you can find that in the description box below, dives way deeper, mapping out your wiring, giving you practical scripts, and showing you exactly how to make your emotions work for you. If you're ready to stop second guessing how you feel, grab the ebook below and make self mastery your next project. So, check out the ebook in the description box below. I am offering a free preview so that you can see if you like my style. It is a very visual book. There are tons of pictures. I have key cards in there. It helps with your understanding of how all this flows together with astro-psychology. So there's visuals. It's broken up into explaining different topics. And after that, there are journal prompts. And there are also scripts, real life examples, and scientific facts on how and why Aquarians or INTJs deal with emotions. There's nervous system stuff in here. It's a lot. There's a lot in this book, so check out the table of contents. I do have a free preview of that, so you can see what you're getting yourself into, and I hope to see you in the next video. Please like and subscribe, and I do appreciate your time.